Welcome back to another stream from the High Tower. Is that how we're going to do things now? I don't know. I got my thinking cap on, so I got a lot to say in this episode. Hopefully, you'll stick around. Maybe you'll learn something. So, this is basically going to cover from the point of where I was diagnosed with Parkinson's to where I am now and where we're going. So, again, what was the name of that bus? Get Shit Done? I think that's what it was called. So, we're going to try to get some shit done. Again, I apologize for the audio quality. It's not the greatest. We don't have like the podcast set up here yet. Maybe someday, eh? Eh? What? Back bacon, eh? Did I just turn Canadian? I don't know. Weird. Okay. Your boy is weird. Bob and Doug. Eh? All right, concentrate. Back to what we were talking about. It's all about humor. It's like the best medicine that I have, and I have multitudes of it that I can use or take. And I got an amazing wife that takes care of me and puts up with all this crap. It's insane. So, insane. Let's get started. Insanity. That is one of the things that you will encounter once you are diagnosed with Parkinson's. That's right. You will totally lose your shit. Most of the time you will. I don't know. My reaction was a little puzzling to both the doctor and my wife. I'm basically hear the words Parkinson's, death, coming for you. And you're basically your heart just kind of drops out of your chest. Your brain goes numb. Panic sets in. And then you start crying. There's no way around it. It's impossible. And anyway, I pulled it together. I left. We had a plan going. I need to get to work. Got a prescription put in for levodopa or Cinnamon, as you will, for those people out there that know it. It's a combo drug. Took it first day, and that's when it all started. We're talking side effects. We're talking like weird psychosomatic symptoms and just pure terror. So I'll let you know right off the bat, I'm no doctor or pharmacist or have any real knowledge in medical terms and things like that, but this is just what I'm gonna tell a story, and hopefully you guys will find it entertaining or horrifying or just downright stupid. Okay, so what to expect when you first get your medication? Well, something new, and basically what this drug does is develop more dopamine in your brain. But you're doing something fairly serious to your brain chemically. I don't know the workings of it, but I do know what it does to your body and what things can happen. Number one thing that seems to be pretty common, and it happened to me, is dizziness. Now, this compiled and compounded on top of a thing that I already had since 2009 that was dizziness. So I ended up with a walker for some time, and basically having to just grind my way through this really bad portion of dizziness and balance and just having some horrible issues with that. Now, I don't know if that just magnifies the problem that you've already had or if it just piles something on top. I couldn't tell. This story kind of develops even further down the road when I explain to you what's happened recently. But the one things that I expected to see happen was an immediate response and a good experience and having it do something, anything. That didn't seem to be the case with me. Taking the medication basically didn't seem like it did anything. It didn't stop the tremors from being tremory or shaking or the stiffness in my shoulder or anything like that. It just, if anything, it was so slight, I didn't notice anything. But that was one thing that happened. The other thing that seemed to have happened was what they call dystonia, which is like a muscle spasm of the muscle, except that the muscle contracts for a lot longer. It can be anywhere from a few minutes to a few hours, which sounds like pure terror. I mean, if you have a massive muscle cramp and it won't go away, and you can't massage it out, and you can't get rid of it by stretching, what do? You just go for a ride until the muscle's like, fuck you, I'm done. That's basically it. So I experienced that in my left leg, and it wasn't painful, but it was slight. And I also had it in my foot. I don't know if this is from the Parkinson's disease directly or from the medication, but they do say that it does cause dystonia and dizziness. It is kind of a weird name for a thing. And now the other thing I noticed, and you hear about it with other medication, is dyskinesia, where you have muscle movement, involuntary movement, sensations in your skin, your nerves, anywhere, muscles. I had that as well. And that was scary because you're just wondering why, your toes are doing weird things or your muscles or your body parts are moving. And it's something that you're going to have to get used to with Parkinson's is that involuntary movement of your muscles. That's why you see people like, rats stuck in a cage. They're just moving around and shuffling around and can't stop those movements because their brain is just gone haywire. Now, we haven't even got to the number one most horrific portion of this. And the reason I bring this up now is that I give you a taste of what you're going to expect, either with the side effects of the medication or what the disease does to your body. Now, for me, I was fine. I had a tremor in my left arm that came and went, a little bit of pain in my shoulder, which I thought was more of a rotator cuff issue, and some stiffness. Now, even before I was diagnosed, I ended up in the ER thinking there was something going on that was dystonia or something really bad. And it ended up being the one thing you're going to say right now is that it's anxiety, it's fear, it's panic is the worst symptom of it all that you can't control. I mean, the only thing you can really do is breathe through it, concentrate, meditate. It sounds stupid. I mean, that's what every psych or counselor or doctor or nurse is going to tell you is to breathe. It's important. It really is. The other thing you experience is depression and being bummed out and not being able to control the way you feel. One moment you're happy and you're not even thinking about it, and the next minute you're crying and panicking and being all freaking just losing your shit. If you're new to Parkinson's and you were just diagnosed with it, just stop it right now. Just stop panicking and worrying. It's not going to help you. It's not going to do anything for you. Just forget about it for a minute. I know it's easier said than done, but it worked for me. If you're having more panic issues, as well as, I went through the same thing, look into medication, talk to your doctor. It does help. It doesn't always help perfectly. You might have to do trial and error, talk with your doctor. Again, I'm not a doctor, so do what you can to control that, because that's the one thing that will tear you down and screw you up. And it's hard to go from not worrying about anything to worrying about everything. Okay, so there's nothing more horrifying than some of the symptoms I've already named off. The dyskinesia, this dystonia, and the things like that, where your body moves without you telling it to, and you just basically have no control over your body. It's terrifying. But on the lighter side of things, the medication can cause erections. So yeah, I guess it's pretty rare, but apparently it's one of those things that does happen. Just like Viagra in a way, I guess. It does lower your blood pressure. At least the levodopa, carbidopa, levodopa, Cinnamate, lowers your blood pressure, and that's one thing that I had to be aware of because of my blood pressure medication. You have to watch it, but for some reason, maybe the planets aligned or something, and I got a boner. It's funny, right? Okay, it's just random, and it's one of those things that you just have to laugh at. Yeah, it's definitely one strange side effect of the medication. Now, taking care of the problem is also a very good stress reliever as well. Could be with a girlfriend or a wife or by yourself, but talk about stress relief. That's probably the number one. So get to it. Now, I've experienced other side effects and conditions with PD. That I won't go into detail on this episode because I don't really completely understand it myself, and they're kind of new to me. One thing that I want to talk about in the next episode is the on and off times. And basically, this is when your medication is working good and your body is taking it in and producing a good enough dopamine level to make you feel good and make everything operate. Because the drug is really a miracle of science. It's been around for almost 60 years, which is just crazy. But once I start to understand more of this stuff, I'll definitely be sharing it with you guys in my progression into the disease, whether it gets better or worse, or whether I'm on or off. When you're on the medication and it seems to be working good, things work fine. Like, for example, today I had an appointment and I missed a med time, and I ended up having some side effects from the PD. That's called off time, and of course then your tremors are worse and things aren't functioning the way they should, and that's called off time. And it can come in many forms, but as I said, I'm not going to go into detail until I understand more myself, and I don't want to give out some bullshit information. Anyway, I appreciate you guys listening to my story, and I know it can be sad and it can be hard at times, but sharing this information is also difficult and a bit anxiety driven. But I don't want to talk about it anymore, so I'm going to let you go. But as soon as I get my next episode together, I'll let you know. Thanks for watching. This is Play from the High Tower. Have a great night.